Syntax, Friday, XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington. Right, get off. Right, what you got next?
Right, well, running a bit late with this, but it's time for Do We Need 'Em? We're looking into what
I'm
animals...
really worried about this, because everyone's getting that last clue wrong. I reckon it's so rubbish that even your mental fans can't work it out.
Yeah, it's a tough one, but...
Give that final Rockbusters clue again.
The Jamaican fella had to have some aspirin. Why is that? Why did he have to do it?
No, hold on, that's changed.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. The story
it doesn't matter. That's the point of a cryptic clue, isn't it? Oh, do. What have you got now?
Right, so we're looking into animals that we get rid of. I've spoken to someone about snails, I've spoken to someone about jellyfish, and that. I'm looking at cockroaches today.
Right, now who's the expert?
It's a woman called Jessica Marshall.
Right.
Does she know that you're going to play this on the radio?
Well, I called up, right, in the week and said, can I talk to someone about cockroaches? And she was like, is that Carl?
She knows who you are.
Yeah.
Right, so she already knows maybe your angle, your approach.
Yeah, she was
And she's an expert, she's just not just some random person.
No, she works in a museum, a good museum. I said I'd give it a plug. It's the one near Knightsbridge. It's got dinosaurs and that in it. It's worth seeing.
Natural History Museum?
Yeah. So,
not sure. He's not sure.
This is what happened. Now, what I'll do, I'll tell you as much as I know, and then you can fill me in if I'm right or wrong. And then at the end of it, we'll get to the bottom of whether we need them or not.
Okay.
All right. So first of all, the first thing that I found out is that they have 18 knees.
That's not exactly possible. They're insects, so they have 6 legs.
Yeah.
And a knee is usually the junction between femur and tibia. That's sort of classic human knees and every other animal knee. So with 6 legs, you can only have 6 knees.
Could somebody sort of got mistaken for seeing one that was a bit double jointed?
I think you're grasping at straws or something.
All right. Well, we might have to come back to that one then.
Okay.
They can hold the breath for 40 minutes.
Well, they don't do that because they don't breathe in the same way as us. They breathe through little spiracles holes down the side of the body, so, no, they're not a very apt simile because the method of breathing is so different.
What do you mean?
Because insects have a totally different system. They don't have lungs in the way that we do, just breathing through one part of the body. They're actually breathing through every segment of the body all of the time.
So even though they've got their mouth shut, they might be able to fly.
Nothing to do with breathing.
So
only feeding.
So you see, maybe that's where someone's gone wrong. Someone's got hold of one and sort of taped its mouth up or something and got bored after 40 minutes and said, well, we'll call it right.
It's a unkind thing to do to an insect, even to a cockroach.
Yeah, but it's all...
You can't do that.
Yeah, but...
No. Pretty unkind thing to do anything, even a cockroach.
Something else I found out.
Yeah.
They can live for a week without an head.
Well, that's true if they don't bleed to death in the process.
But the weird thing is, when I told you that they had 18 knees, you seemed a bit sort of like, don't talk ridiculous. But then we're talking about an animal that can live without an head. So there's a little bit of truth in that one, yeah?
Yes.
Why, when it was invented, has it got that facility? Say if someone said to humans, we could do that with humans, and, you know, if you lose your head in some accident, it gives you a bit of time to sort of go back to your family and maybe write them a note. You won't be able to have a chat, but write them a note saying, it was my own fault, and it was nice knowing you.
Well, that would be a useful facility, I agree, but cockroaches are great survivors. I mean, they've been around for over 300 million years. They're one of the most primitive insects.
Alright. Well, I've also, is it true that they do a lot of resting? Apparently they can sort of rest for 75% of the time.
Rest?
Yeah, they just sit about doing nothing.
It's probably true of a vast proportion of the world's fauna.
I mean, maybe the 25% that they are working, they're really giving it some, so it might make up.
They're probably searching out food and, yeah, they can slow down considerably. You can chill insects in the fridge and they'll become very, very quiet. You might think they're dead.
Yeah, but I'm sure, you know, if we were sat in a fridge, you know, we'd go a bit quiet, wouldn't we, you know?
Well, you might not know much about it, of course.
Yeah, but...
Not quite reading the right sources.
Well, I've been using the internet.
I'm sure there are many useful sources that you could find there, but some of those seem to have been a little misleading to you.
So you don't agree with a lot of what I've told you there?
No.
So, cockroaches, can we get rid of them?
No.
So we're keeping them then?
I would say so, yeah.
I think we should get her on more often because she sounds like she'd be a bit of an ally, really. Because she knew immediately that you were talking nonsense. She even said, I think you should be more concerned about your sources, which I've been trying to tell you for a year, right? The fact, I mean 18 knees, where did you get that from?
It was on the internet.
They can hold their breath for 40 minutes. I mean, I don't know what you read and take on.
Mad world, though, isn't it?
Right.
The Cure, obviously.
Yeah. Right, Carl's been taking phone calls for these clues. Right, and so everyone's been saying the same thing for the last one. He's been going, no, and I'm worried, I'm always worried. FD. I just overheard him on the call there going, ah, what have I been saying? Oh, no, it's FP. Dickhead. Right, give me the clues out. It's a rollover. Right, tell people we're really sorry to anyone who would have got that right. Okay, right, do the clues quickly. Tell them it'll be a rollover, so we have to do 3 new ones.
Do you not write these
You're
down,
such
Carl?
I don't write the answers down in case Ricky looks over the thing and sees the answer.
Why would I cheat? I'd rather you do something right with your life.
Right, well, the clues were I've got 3 other jumpers like this one.
Yeah.
That was FT.
Yeah.
They got that, 4 tops.
Yeah, that's alright. Good, well done.
That bunch of people can't make up their minds if they want to sit in the sun or not. That was C, they were getting that. That was charlatans. Charlatan, right? A bunch of them charlatans, right?
What do you mean? What's Charlie?
No, it's like, shall I go out? Shall we? Charlatans. They got it, right? Where I went wrong with this one, the Jamaican fella, he had to have some aspirin. Why? It's my fault, you know, I'm not cutting, there's no point passing the book or anything. I said FD, a lot of people were saying, Fred Durst, like, forehead hurts, which is a good one.
Yeah, which would have been as good as any of yours.
But I made an error, so we'll roll it over.
No, what is the answer?
We'll roll the
What's the
prizes
answer?
over.
Jamaican fella what? Add some aspirin, why do that? What's the thing?
FP.
FP, it was Frida Payne.
Frida Payne.
Frida Payne.
Frida Payne.
Frida Payne. That's awful. Carl, you've got to write these down next week.
No,
This
I
is
will, I'm
right.
sorry,
You
right.
are.
You're the producer.
I know, but I've had a busy week, haven't I? Doing
That's
stuff
not
with
an
it.
excuse. That isn't an excuse.
Our excuse is we don't care.
Yeah.
You do
put
care.
the work in and then make a mistake.
Yeah. I mean, it's better not to try than try your hardest and be rubbish. Do you see what the point? We don't care.
But you've got standards.
Yeah, and
you're not meeting them.
Think of that. You're not even reaching your standards. God.
Right, well, that's that, I guess. Well, the prizes will be giving those away next week.
Bollocks again. Just completely.
Song for the ladies to end the show with. It's from Nick Cave's new album, Nocturama. This is a track called He Wants You. Back next week.
Remember, Frida Payne.
Where are you going? To someone. And they go, I'm going to, Dorset. Oh, aye. What road are you taking? Dunno, just pop on the sat-nav. Now, that's a start, isn't it?
Okay. Let's act that out with me, okay? I'm going away for the weekend, Carl.
Are you?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Dorset.
Oh, yeah. How are you getting there?
Car.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, which way are you going?
Dunno. Why do you want to know?
Well, just making a friendly chat. Just, you know, I'm interested in geography. Which way are you going?
Well, I don't know really. I've got a sat nav in my car, and I'm getting there. And what do you want? What?
Bit lazy, isn't it?
Well, I'm not a pigeon. I don't.
Well, you got an A to Z.
Well, yeah, but it's on a computer, the A to Z. What's the difference between looking at an A to Z and...
Lazy, though.
Not really, no. Why? Why is it any different that I've got it computerised so I can go along? The A to Z's a bit dangerous, isn't it? It's a bit... Don't have to go to A to Z when you're driving along.
Clive, who are you talking to? Because we need to hit the road, we need to get going.
Well, it's this fucking idiot who wants to know what road I'm taking, which is a fucking boring thing to ask anyway.
Sorry, who is this twat? Because we really got to get going.
He's a fucking dickhead I think he's an A to Z salesman by the door. I mean,
just tell him we're using the sat nav because it's the quickest, most efficient way to do it.
It's the quickest, most efficient way of doing it.
No, but look what's happened.
Who the fuck are you?
Would Columbus found America if he had a sat nav?
Yes!
No, he wouldn't.
He'd have put in America and he would have taken it to
He wouldn't.
America.
He only found it because he got lost. Now, if everybody just
hold
goes...
Hold on. How would an undiscovered country be on a sat-nav?
No.
Go on.
But I just
What's
mean...
the difference between the sat-nav and the map in that regard?
Because I've found some lovely little cafes on roads I've never been on.
Well, I've instantly gone from finding a continent to a little cafe.
I love that!
Little greasy spoon.
I am off to discover the unknown world. Where are you going? Well, I don't know yet, it's the unknown world. What are you taking? Just a boat, all lazy swim, you cunt. I love the fact that he's so Luddite now, he's annoyed at the sat-nav. I mean, you'd have probably given Columbus a hard time. Oh, got a compass. Don't you know where north is, you twat?
Oh,
I just think there's something in being lost. I never feel lost. I just think, I've had a diversion. Because you find new things. I'm forever going down...
Suzanne's asking the French peasant where
I just think, Columbus...
Alright, what's the most interesting thing you found when lost?
Like I say, they normally... I found a shop that was like a fancy dress shop.
Amazing.
Do you need fancy dress stuff?
Dressed
You
up
never
as
go
Columbus
out.
and went and bought a sat-nav. Went to Dorset for the weekend.
You never go out. Why do you need a fancy dress shop? That sounds like the one thing you would hate is fancy dress.
Yeah, but I like looking at the... they have like a space helmet in there.
Right, so you found a fancy dress shop. Where are you supposed to be going that you had time to get sidetracked and go in a...
I think I was going to a meeting.
Amazing, that's the last time!
You want to get lost!
You don't want to get lost, do
because
you?
I always give myself loads of time because I get lost a lot. I always give myself...
Get a sat-nav!
No, I'm just saying, that's how you find little treats along the way, and next time you pass it, or next time someone says, do you know where the fancy dress shop is? You can go, yeah, I do.
I have no idea because I was lost. I didn't know where it was.
No, normally I
I'm not going to tell you, lazy cunt. Haven't you got an AZ? Oh, that's harsh.
Yeah, find it yourself, you lazy twat.
Well, I might get lost. Good. You might find another one.
It just goes back to the chip thing in the head. I think you've got to learn along the way. We can't get lazy. We can't have chips in the head, knowing how to plumb. That's what it's all about, isn't it? And making mistakes. If you make a mistake, I've done some wiring, got a little shock. Won't happen again.
It will. I've seen that experiment with you before. So, there we go. Carl as president. He's still confused, aren't you, Carl?
Just a little bit, sort of amazed.
Yeah.
By the body.
Yeah. You're in awe of it, aren't you?
Just the way...
I'm amazed how two people can buy a baby on the internet for £3,000 and not realise it's a chimp till it goes to school.
No, but seriously, what we're, talking about there during Elbow and Fallen Angel, we were talking about that I think...
Yeah.
If you're... locked up, well, not locked up in a room, you've got a normal life, except there's no women in it.
Yeah.
Right?
But how would that happen? What would this point of reference be? How would you bring up a person
can I just ask you something, though?
Go on.
How can infinite monkeys and a typewriter?
Right, again, I've told you before, right? That is not... You don't actually have to test that model. It's basically a model for that explains the nature of infinity. Okay?
Yeah, but...
I've told you before. It works because of the definition of infinity. There's nowhere in the world you'll ever be able to get an infinite amount of monkeys and typewriters to
But anyway, all I'm saying is, I think if you don't know about women, would you crave for a woman, even though you don't know they're around?
When you hit sort of puberty, your hormones will kick in and you'd start getting urges.
But for what? If you don't know about it?
You don't have to know about it. If you grew up and you started feeling hunger, you wouldn't go, I wonder what that is. You'd go, get me a sandwich, I'm starving.
It's different though, it's different.
But I'm not, but we're not saying it's all hardwired or people can't change their natural state. We do it all the time. We fight nature all the time with conditioning.
God, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's that one. I'll tick that.
was-
It's weird, isn't it?
No,
I'll
the body is. There was something.
Yeah.
Did you read that thing the other week about?
Man with two penises?
No. We don't need that. We don't need that.
Lawyer who got in office realised he was actually an orangutan and they just shaved him and put a suit on him from Hugo Boss. And the funny thing is, he won the case and the judge said, well, don't send him back to jungle. Let him set off on his own. Bodge it, wibble and podge. You'd make the best judge in the world.
No, there was a fella.
Here's a banana.
Hang on. Here's something I've learnt. Remember?
Go on.
Back to like show 4 or whatever.
Go on.
What is it? The flea can jump over the London Eye.
No! No, it can jump the equivalent of if it was a 6-foot man. It can jump about 6 inches high. A flea cannot jump over the London Eye.
Yes, it can. Yeah, it can.
And
Tell your kids that.
God. Oh,
remember?
Oh, a flea can jump over the London Eye. And an ant can lift 3 Volvos. We all changed. Carl used to have hair.
Yeah, but you by your own admission had it for long. You didn't have it hair for long, did you? You
no,
started
it
going
wasn't.
bald
It
pretty
wasn't.
early on.
Didn't want to hang around my hair. It was never. I've told you, it didn't feel needed, so it went. I never did anything with it. It was hair of a Chinaman, wasn't it? Even the hairdresser said. He said,
Yeah.
you can do nothing with this. So what do you mean? He said, it's just too. It looks all limsy.
Limsy! Sorry, was that's a...
Limp or flimsy, I reckon.
Well, no, that Limsy is a Chinaman that gave his name to the limp hair of the Chinese.
So you
race.
think your hair bailed on you because it was not getting treated well enough?
I think that's true. I think that's
Right.
how it works. But yeah, I know what you mean. I sort of think about if I've changed and that, but I don't think I have that much. I still have the same sort of thoughts. I like olives now, which I didn't like probably 3 years ago.
Right, wow.
But you can, if you eat 4 in a row, you get a taste for them. And I thought, go on, then I'll have 5. And
Right.
I thought, yeah, they're all right, these. So that's different. But other than that, I mean, these.
So what were your dreams and ambitions when you were young?
Didn't have any.
Right.
It was kind of.
5 years old, what do you want to be? What was your thoughts for the future?
I didn't worry. At 5 years old, you're not worrying about work
Okay.
and that.
10. What's your hopes and fears of all these years? I met in thee tonight.
I wasn't worrying about work till about 13, 14. Just thinking, right, you know, people who are new had left school, they weren't getting work. I was thinking, I don't want to be like that. That's when I did boxing. You know, I could have gone down that route. Got into boxing, didn't I?
How many fights do you have?
Don't know, about 3 or 4.
How long is it? When does brain damage kick in?
I guess it can. I guess it
Very.
can happen almost instantly. I mean, that must be
Must have been.
part of it.
Were you really? Did you really get a bad beating on one of those fights?
Yeah, Leroy gave us a right good clackering.
Clackering. Yeah, the thing is, your jab was a bit limsy, but Leroy's was clackering.
Then there was the dancing.
I don't remember this. What breakdancing?
Well, I did that. I did a bit of body popping.
Yeah. But did you ever really think that you might do this in the future?
You never know, do you?
But did you, at the time, do you remember thinking, I wouldn't mind doing
Well,
this
I
professionally?
must have thought that for me to go. Well, let's try and join, you know, Twiggy's dance club and all that. And my mum and dad always sort of, you know, if you want to give it a go, give it a go. With the boxing, you know, my dad was saying, right, I'll get you the proper shoes and that. And my mum's like, don't bother getting him them yet. Let's see if he sticks at it for like 4 months, because they were about 30 quid for
Let
the
him
shoes.
carry on in my furry slippers.
Then with the dancing, it was the same thing. I said, I need some leg warmers and that. And
These tights are just as good. Come on.
No,
pop,
my
pop
dad-
on your nan's tights.
my dad gave me like he cut like the sleeves off a shirt.
Amazing.
And that were your leg warmers.
Yeah,
Amazing.
but it's funny when you're a kid, it don't bother you.
But surely cut them off a jumper.
No,
Yeah.
I don't know why. I know it looked daft. I had cuffs on leg warmers.
That's amazing!
But when you're
That's
a kid,
amazing!
What did they
you
think
roll
that
them up.
twig is?
It must have looked Lancelot and Bowen doing a handstand.
But then, you know, that didn't last long. And then my dad, you know, I was getting older now, and he's like,
Dad needed his shirt back for a wedding.
Yeah, as long as he didn't take his jacket off, it was fine.
yeah. Oh, Dad, I'm losing my hat. I need a hat. Dad, I don't need a bloody hat. Pop my pants on, Fed.
Guys,
God. I don't believe this. He's got one day. He's got it. Carl's really grumpy and all stressed because he didn't have the record. We didn't want to play so I won't say it. We didn't want to play a certain record he had lined up because it's rubbish.
I know, but you do this every week.
Because most of them are rubbish. So that's why we choose up.
No, but 30 seconds to go on the track and you're saying don't want to play that.
And you're going, oh, it stresses me out. You're meant to be at our beck and call. We've made you. We've made you. We got you out the gutter, and now you're getting the greatest mind in the world and all that.
That doesn't mean you can mess me about. If you were a doctor and you saved me life, right? There comes a point.
In a way, we have, Carl.
Yeah.
Where were you
Go
going?
on, what were you saying? What was he going to say? He was going to say something wise then.
No, I was going to say, right, if you were a doctor and you'd saved me life, there's only so much that I could give back to you, right?
Okay. What would be unreasonable? What would be unreasonable?
Well, you know.
Forget doctor. Don't forget because no, the doctor's that's its job, right? Supposing I was just walking along and I saved your life, I gave you a kidney, or I resuscitated you, or I dived into icy water. What could I hope from you then before you start going? Hold on. What would you be willing to do for me until you sort of got lost your rag a little bit? Because I was asking too much.
So didn't I know you before you've sorted a lung out for me?
No, I just gave you a lung, for example.
Well, I'd be a bit I'd be thinking, why has he done that?
Suspicious!
But what I love though, Rick, is the idea of you jumping in icy water to save someone, giving them a lung. I can guarantee if someone was lying on the floor screaming they needed your help, you'd affect a foreign accent and go, I know, understand, and run off.
Do you know what I did once, right? We went out a few weeks ago, right? And some woman had her handbag nicked, and she was all distressed. He said, chase the fella, Carl. You stood there.
Let's be honest. Imagine Ricky chasing a criminal. Look at his little legs. He'd never get anywhere.
I mean, he started to run, and then he passed Starbucks or something, and nicked it for a short.
How did this turn on me? Oh, I'm a bad man because I don't give lungs away.
No, because
no one would want my kidneys or my lungs for a start.
Did you chase the criminal then?
I did for a bit.
He walked.
No, you didn't. You?
No, I did a little bit.
Yeah, we sort of spread out. We missed him.
Where was it, and what was the situation?
It was.
Did you see a bag get snatched?
It was.
No, she was sort of crying, and she was running. Some blokes came in, sat next to her, and then just ran off with her purse. And
you walked after them.
No, they'd gone, Steve. They'd actually gone, but it was just like a bit distressing because she was devastated. I know how she feels as well because I had a jacket, and you think, oh, just got to find them now.
Yeah.
Where are they? Who are they? So she was really off her head with sort of like she was angry and sort of crying.
Yeah.
And it was horrible. It was horrible, wasn't it? Wasn't it, Carl? He's broken his mic now.
Oh right, play a record.
This is
Carl, what are you doing, mate?
I don't believe this. There's only 2 weeks to go. These should be special.
Carl, play the record. We've asked you to play the record.
Like you.
Fine, live.
Hive's main offender on XFM 104.9. I forgot to say who I was.
Go on, who are you?
Gervais, who are you?
Steve Merchant.
And who's that little fella over there, little round fella?
Tiny little Karl Pilkington.
The funny little thing from the Smash adverts. Say, they smash them with their metal knives. Oh.
You do? Yeah, you're right. He does,
doesn't he? Yeah. I was asking if I'd seen a rounder head than him, and that's the only one someone come up with. That's the only thing they come up with. Oh look, you're actually a little bit stressed today, aren't you? Because you had to drink last night, didn't you?
I had a couple of drinks.
Yeah.
I was down at Steve's night. He was doing a bit of DJ.
Yeah.
Went down the store.
And that's why you're all grumpy.
Did you hear what he just said?
What?
I was DJing last night, obviously that XFM evening.
Yeah.
Hour and a half. My friend and I split the time on the decks.
Yeah.
What was the word you just used?
He went down a storm.
We went down a storm. Right, 3 girls, I was walking to the toilets during my set. 3 girls went, you are a genius. Right? What's his name? Dane Bowers, Zane Lowe.
Because you played records in a certain order.
Yes. Sorry Rick, if you can't deal with that. Sorry if you're a little bit jealous, because this time you can't share the award. Alright?
Dear.
But it was my credit this time.
You can tell he hasn't been a DJ. Because it's not just about...
It's not just about that.
The songs you play, it's the way you play them.
The way you play them, whether it's 33 or 45, very important.
Yeah, leave your hand on them as they're trying to go round.
But so 3 girls there, charmed by me, they loved it. Yeah. Zane Lowe, XFM DJ and MTV presenter, probably one of the coolest blokes alive. He came up, gave us massive respect. He said, I'm loving your set. He actually used those words, right? There were people coming up, they couldn't believe their luck. It was roaring. We'd stick on a track, people would cheer, as it came on, right? My particular favourite, Carl, I think you'll agree, my particular triumvirate, LL Cool J, Mama Said Knock You Out, leading straight into House of Pain, Jump Around, then straight into that current Elvis track that's been re-released, remixed by Junkie XL. I played the original, which I'd already played on XFM before. I'm already there, cutting edge.
Yeah.
Right?
Three old tracks, you mean?
3 old tracks.
In a row?
Yep. And, what I think the words that would best sum it up are, I kicked ass.
Great.
Rick. Alright?
Well, I'm going to be kicking some ass today, because I'm
look
going to be shamelessly self-indulgent. And we've only got 2 shows to go, so I'm playing some of the most beauteous tunes in the world. And I was just telling Carl, lined up a Simon and Garfunkel track, Only Living Boy in New York. He went, why is he the only living boy in New York? I went, what? He went, what does that mean then? I went, I don't know. He went, well, what's it about? I said, I don't care. I said, it's a lovely song. He went, no, but what's it? I said, I don't go into that. I said, he went, I like a story. I said, like what? I said, killing of Georgie, no trickery. Killing of Georgie. I think we should play that at the last.
It's good, I heard it the other day on Radio 2, it was cracking. It sounds like well.
It's really good.
Tell them what it's about again.
It's about, little girl, gay fella.
A little what? A little gay fella?
Yeah.
Right.
Who, I mean, I haven't heard it for a bit, so it's all off memory, this. But, gay bloke, is he from Scotland?
I have no idea.
But he's from somewhere where gays aren't liked.
Okay.
Right?
No.
No, he is.
Georgie Boy was gay, I guess, nothing more than nothing, the kindest guy I ever knew, right? Now, all he did was, right, his father said, how can my son not be straight, kicked him out, right? Goes to America.
Yeah, but you can handle all that. You can handle your dad not getting on with you if other people around you are into the same scene.
Yeah.
But he was like, he was left on his own, he didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
He was getting stressed out.
Yeah.
So he goes...
And this was before, I mean, this is, when did this record come out?
77?
77
yeah.
years, something like that.
Right.
And, he's...
During punk.
Right, I see, yeah.
So,
you know, the village people had come along and made gay cool.
Yeah.
That had already happened.
Yeah.
But it wasn't respected.
But he was watching the telly or something, and he saw that New York had loads of them over there, and they're all having a good time.
Sure.
No, sorry. At no point in the song does Rod Stewart say little gay Georgie was watching telly and saw loads of gays in New York. At no point in that song.
No, but this is what I like about that song. You sort of picture what's going on.
You make it up.
Yeah.
Okay, so the little gay fella was watching telly, and there was presumably the and now from New York, the gay show. Yeah.
Or whatever, because it was a big scene over there, wasn't he, in the 70s?
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Go on.
So he goes over there, and he's having a great time and that. He's meeting...
Went to New York Town,
meeting-
very quickly settled down, soon became the toast of the Great White Way.
Yeah, they loved him.
All the old queens blew a fuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, he was out late one night,
Yeah.
and he's walking home,
Yeah.
and gets attacked, gets killed,
Yeah.
and he's lying in the
They
gutter.
didn't intend to take his life, they just pushed their luck a little too far that night. Yeah, you see?
So...
Yeah.
But what's good there? Is it good that he had a bit of a good life, and was able to be himself?
Yeah.
Or should he have stayed in Scotland?
He didn't come from Scotland. Again, I really...
Right, I think, is there any way we can get this song before the end of the show and play it? Because I've heard it recently. A lot of people listening will have never heard this song. They wouldn't have any idea what we're talking
Can
about.
I say what you said when we were talking about that song once before?
Is it bad?
It might be. Because we were talking about, you know, Georgie Boy, and he, you know, got it. I don't know.
What?
It's when you said...
Well, it's a fact. I don't think if...
Well, he said, so it's for King of Georgie, he gets out, he dies, right? He goes, well, they do go out late.
I know...
All gay people
I
go
know
out
a few
late.
gay people, and they start to party late on. That's
Yeah.
what, in Soho, right?
Yeah.
Girlfriend got in a cab, right? Suzanne was in a cab, and the cab driver was taking her to an early start, right? She works at the BBC.
Yeah.
Early start, 4 in the morning. It was going down, it was mental in Soho at 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
They were all still, like, starting the night out.
How do you know
Whereas-
how do you know they're gay?
It's Soho, isn't it?
Fair enough.
Okay.
Play a track. I'd love to be able to try and dig this out.
Yeah, we will. This is Simon and Garfunkel, the only living boy in New York. It's lovely.
Mm-hmm.